Peace, Tyrus. What's up, brother? This is CJ, man. Thank you for doing this tribute to black women. What I would say, man, is that in my experience, man, black women have truly been everything to me, from supportive to truth tellers to guidance givers. In many instances where other people may have told me lies for my own comfort, black women have told me truth for my betterment.
This is Tyson Jackson with Black Women Chaser. The question is, what do black women mean to me? To me, black women are everything. I am blessed that I get a chance to wake up next to a beautiful black woman every day. I am blessed that my mother is a beautiful black woman. I am blessed that my grandmother is a beautiful black woman. I am blessed that I come from I'm a descendant of a long line of beautiful, powerful, strong black women. I realize that power inside of black women is the same power that you can harness from the sun. And it's all one and the same. And am I saying that the black woman is God? Yes, the black woman is God.
Women mean everything to me. I was literally raised by three of the strongest, sweetest, most powerful black women I know. My mother and my two grandmothers. You know, my pop wasn't around a whole bunch growing up, and then after he and my mama split up, you know, being raised by a single black woman, you see enough to know that, you know, it's nothing in this world a woman can't accomplish when she puts her mind to it, especially a strong black woman.
Love them. I was completely and absolutely raised by black women. My mother, her sisters, who are my aunties, single-handedly raised me. There's nothing else nobody can tell me. My mother is the strongest woman I know, and she is my hero.
Okay, so the question posed was, what does women mean? For me, I would say completion, life. Yeah, it takes man, but I wouldn't be here, my son wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a woman.
So if you ask what type of impact women have had on me, I think it all goes back to, you know, my childhood, coming from a single parent home, being raised by my mother. I got to see basically the foundation that was built in regards to me growing up as a man, as far as work ethic, discipline, strength, perseverance. You know, my mom displayed all those things and some of the things that we went through as a family. And then to turn that over into finding my wife, and I see some of those exact traits that, you know, my mother had and displayed in my wife, which caused me to choose her. And what I believe is, you know, women, you hear the phrase, you know, a good man has a woman behind him. I always feel like that's wrong. I feel like a good man has a woman beside him.
This is Jarius, Unapologetic Geek, and as far as what women mean to me, I appreciate the nurturing a woman provides. I appreciate the love and affection that a woman provides. But the strength is something that's often understated. It's something that's often underappreciated. And that's what I love most about the black woman.
Welcome everyone to another episode of the Shade and Shit Talking Podcast. I'm your host TK, and as always, I thank you for tuning in. Now, what you just heard was the thoughts, the feelings of a few brothers that reached out to me and gave me their insights on what the woman means to them, the black woman means to them. Right now we are in the early stages of Women's History Month, and I just felt that we should acknowledge and celebrate all that women mean to us, what they mean to this world, what they mean to this society in general. And, you know, just show that we really and truly love and appreciate women. So just like those guys, I will tell you what women mean to me. And in the simplest terms, everything. Every single thing. I know for a fact that I would not be in the position that I am in right now if it wasn't for a woman, a black woman, black women, period. From my mother to my aunts to my grandmothers to just women who have come in and out of my life I feel like I have learned some type of lesson from interacting with every black woman that I know. And I just appreciate the fact that they take the time to teach and love and nurture and have my back and our backs, pretty much. I've said it time and time again, the black woman is the backbone of society, period. And there's nothing anybody can tell me to make me change that thought or make me walk away from that feeling. It's just not. So to all the women out there, I really and truly thank you for your sacrifices, your love, and everything in between that you have done and continue to do and will do for not only myself, but for the future generations. So thank you. Now, this episode is dedicated to women, and I feel like I should talk about, women, not in the sense of what they should do or shouldn't do, nothing like that. I mean, this is just my brief love letter to women, and acknowledging like women in history who have done great things, as well as women making history today. Like we could talk about the accomplishments and the moves that women have made. We could talk about it every day and we still wouldn't cover everything. I mean, it's just virtually impossible. But we gonna try. So I guess I should start off with just giving a brief history of Women's History Month, the origin, and so on and so forth. So a little bit about Women's History Month. It had its origins as a national celebration in 1981. Congress passed Public Law 97-28. And that law authorized and requested that the president to proclaim the week beginning March 7th, 1982 as Women's History Week. Now, throughout the next 5 years or so, the Congress continued to pass joint resolutions designating a week in March as Women's History Week. In 1987, after being petitioned by the National Women's History Project, Congress then passed Public Law 100-9, which designated the month of March 1987 as Women's History Month. So between 1988 and 1994, Congress passed additional resolutions requesting and authorizing the president to proclaim March of each year as Women's History Month. And since 1995, Presidents Clinton, Bush, and Obama have issued a series of annual proclamations designating the month of March as Women's History Month. So, there you go. Now, there is so much history, with women. We covered a few of them when we had our Black History Month series. Some of the most, most famous parts of our history, or infamous parts of our history, had great ties to black women. Probably one of the most known or best known black women, of course, is Rosa Parks, and her refusal to leave her seat for a white passenger on a bus in Montgomery, and that move sparked the citywide boycott of buses that led to a law desegregating buses, and became a big part of the civil rights movement. But there's so many. You have so many really relatively unknowns, because they don't teach us our history in schools, but that's another subject. You have Marjorie Joyner. She was a beauty salon owner who changed the game of hairstyling when she invented the permanent wave machine. Now, this machine simplified the process of straightening hair and curling hair for all women. So she actually became the first black woman in history to receive a patent for her work for her perm machine. So that's pretty dope. You have Mary Kenner, and like the things that these women have done, like it touches all women. It wasn't just exclusive to black women. That what makes it so dope and so amazing to me is the fact that black women not only touch our black lives, they have touched everybody's lives, and they deserve more recognition, more honor, more praise, and less of the bullshit that they receive on a day-to-day basis from black men, white women, white men, everybody. The attitudes, the microaggressions, all of that they deal with should be changed. But you have a lady by the name of Mary Kenner. She received 5 patents in her lifetime for household items, including the maxi pad, the bathroom tissue holder, and I'm pretty sure she designed it for the tissue to roll outward instead of inward, but one of my pet peeves. She also patented a backwasher that mounted on the wall of a shower and the carrier attachment on walkers for disabled people. Dope. I mean, just so much. Mary McCleod Bethune, another huge name, another asset to the race, the world, period. But she was a pioneer for education. She was a civil rights activist. She believed in the importance of education as a vehicle for racial advancement, and she worked very hard, very tirelessly, to make sure that young people had the knowledge they needed to move forward. She founded the Daytona Normal and Industrial Institute for Negro Girls, which later became Bethune-Cookman College, which was one of the few places where African Americans could get a college degree. Like, there's so many. Like, I just have a list of names I could just rattle off so much, and it would just be the tip of the iceberg. Even more current women like Oprah Winfrey, probably, if not the most influential, she's one of the most influential people in media industry in history. She's one of the few female billionaires in the world. She's a producer, philanthropist, actress, publisher, talk show host. She sells food. She sells everything. She has her own television network, her own magazine. She's one of the most respected interviewers in the world. Like, huge. You got Harriet Tubman, Mother Harriet. We can't forget about her. Like, she was one of the truest warriors in the battle against slavery. She risked her own freedom to help hundreds of people escape, through the use of the Underground Railroad. Like, she endured a lot. She endured permanent brain damage and physical health complications from relentless beatings that she suffered at the hands of cruel and evil slave masters. She also had to deal with the mental slavery from the same people she was trying to help, who was had a bunch of reluctance of escaping slavery. Like, I mean, there's just so many. Maya Angelou, another one of my favorites. Legendary poet, award-winning author. Everybody know I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. It's just amazing to go back and look on our history and just to see all of these beautiful, strong black women just doing the things that they do. Even, we roll into today, even now, you have Michelle Obama. I love Michelle Obama. One of the most influential women right now, probably in the last 10 years. I love her. She caught a lot of flack just because. I've covered stories on some of the things that was said and done to her that would not be done to a white woman. I mean, that's just what it is. But she is a role model for young women, for young men, for people. Period. Very smart. Degrees from Princeton and Harvard Law. She, it just amazing. Yeah, you got Misty Copeland. She is a celebrated ballet dancer. She's actually a history-making ballet dancer. She's the first black principal dancer of the American Ballet Theater in its entire 75-year history. She, battled incredible odds to make it to where she is. So, shout out to her. Love it. Viola Davis. Brilliant actress, incredible actress. She probably got one of the best memes and gifts around, when she grab her purse and walk off. But she's an outstanding actress. She's also a history-making actress. Became the first black woman to ever win an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress for How to Get Away with Murder. Speaking of which, Shonda Rhimes, award-winning director, writer, producer. She owned TV for a long time. And you got one of she's one of my favorite, TV personalities. Her writing and all of that, like it was amazing to see her ascension to where she got to. Like, I was just shocked to see how she pretty much just owned ABC. It's pretty dope. So, I mean, you have just so much to just draw inspiration from when it comes to black women. There's just so much, to look at. I mean, to see perseverance, to see heart, to see compassion, to see love. Black women. And I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And I just think the world of black women. And I don't know. So for those of you listening, fellas, hit me up, leave messages. You know, we can do this all month in celebration of women's history. Drop me a line, drop me a voicemail talking about how you feel about black women. If you're on the Anchor app, you can leave a message on the Anchor app. I'll play it in the next episode. But again, black women should be loved, respected, and appreciated for all that they are, all that they were, and for all that they will be, which is the backbone of society. So we have been talking amongst ourselves here, Black with No Chaser, about the business of being poor, and how a lot of companies like banks and the court systems and so on and so forth are making a lot of money off of the poverty of Black people, off of, poverty, period. But it is, disproportionately slanted against Black people. And that is something that we will be talking about in length coming up on the series that we're working on. But in the discussion and reading and things of that nature about this, I came across a couple of stories that inspired this segment of For the Culture. And with it being Women's History Month, I thought it would be a great thing to point out as well. So the first person that I wanted to talk about is a fellow Mississippian from Terry, Mississippi, a lady by the name of Sheena Allen. Now, what she has done, she is a 29-year-old app developer, and what she has done is she created an app called Capway. And what this is an online banking and financial literacy app that aims to help the unbanked, the underbanked, and people living paycheck to paycheck. So users can connect with this app and also get a prepaid card from this app, which Ms. Allen says will have a lower rate than most cards currently available. It will make custom suggestions based on the individual spending habits. And basically her ultimate goal is to change the behavior in transition users to a proper bank account. But it actually goes a little deeper than that for me, because the people that this is aimed for, the people that it will help the most, are the ones that are the victims of predatory lending practices, and are the ones that's depending on like the check cashing places and loan places with extremely high interest rates. So this right here is a good move for the culture. It is a helpful tool for the culture to help foster better financial literacy. So make sure y'all check that out. Make sure you look for this, because I think it is something that will be very big and very useful for all of us. Now, the next person that I came across is a young lady by the name of Miss Tela Holcomb, who retired at the age of 29 after she taught herself how to trade stocks. Now, she used to have a 9-to-5 government job, knew nothing about the stock world, but she was able to learn and persevere through due diligence, through practice, and she mastered her craft and turned that into, millions of dollars. Like, I think that is very awesome and a testament to the strength, ingenuity, and know-how of Black women. So she did her thing. She overcame her fears, and she built her own platform that is designed to help other women of color financially rise to the top. That's awesome. Again, for the culture. So you can look her up. Her name is again Tela Holcomb, and I read this the story about her on Shop Black. It's about Black business, Black culture, Black thought, Black love. Very dope. Check it out. But she, like I said, she started her own platform, And she started a course as well to help people reach, their goals financially, to learn how to buy and sell stocks and the terminologies and the rules and regulations, all that type of stuff. So she offers a free course that you should check out. I will try to link her information in the bio for this episode. But again, another strong black woman doing huge things for the culture. You gotta love it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around for this week's episode of Colonizer Nonsense. My first Colonizer Nonsense moment takes me to Utah, where first cousins say their love shouldn't be limited just because their parents are siblings. What in the Rudy Giuliani type of shit is this? Headline: Married cousins hope to change Utah laws to recognize their union. God damn. So, a pair of first cousins in Utah is fighting for the right to get married in their home state, saying their love should not be limited just because their parents are siblings. Man, you motherfuckers are nasty. So Michael and Angie Lee tied the knot last Monday in Colorado after they say they have loved each other since childhood. But the couple isn't legally married in their home state of Utah because of them being cousins. Now, in Utah, it is illegal for first cousins to get married unless they are 65 or 55 if they can prove they are infertile. You know what? I can't even do this no more. Fuck it. Y'all nasty. Period. My next Colonizer Nonsense moment shows that the adage of if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes is true as hell. Headline: Jaguar attacks woman who was taking a selfie at Arizona Zoo. So a jaguar attacked a woman who crossed the barrier to take a photo with the animal at an Arizona zoo on Saturday evening. Well, you know what? Let me just say, no. The jaguar didn't attack you. You went and bothered the jaguar. Very simple. Like, come on, white people. Why do y'all do this type of stuff? Like, we don't do this. First of all, we ain't going into any type of enclosure, especially one with a big ass jaguar. Hell, I know some 6'5", 300-pound motherfuckers scared of squirrels, let alone a goddamn jaguar. So, anyways, according to the Rural Metro Fire Department, it said that the woman attempted to take the selfie near the fence of the jaguar enclosure when the cat reached out and attacked her arm. Go figure. A wild animal going wild. Shocking, I know. But the zoo tweeted that the paramedics was called at the request of the woman's family, and at no point was the jaguar out of its enclosure. And the jaguar will not be euthanized. Awesome. Now, the woman, who was in her 30s, was taken to a local hospital after suffering a laceration on her arm, and she is expected to fully recover. She's still stupid, though. I hope she can recover from that. Now, the zoo director had this to say, and I quote, "There is no way to fix people crossing barriers. That happens occasionally. We put substantial barriers there, and if people cross them, they can get in trouble." So basically what he's saying is, you can't fix stupid. Y'all stay the fuck out of places you ain't supposed to be. Come on now. Y'all know better. My final Colonizer Nonsense moment is a little bit of closure to a story that we talked about on a previous episode. Headline: Man who attacked McDonald's clerk and caught a full scholarship to Them Hands University gets jail time. Good for him. So if you remember, on New Year's Eve, Daniel Willis Taylor, he grabbed a McDonald's worker by the collar because he couldn't find a straw. Well, little did he know he grabbed the right one, baby. And she put them hands on his ass, gave him the full ride to Them Hands University, housing and everything included. So we all saw the viral video, and he rightfully so deserved to get his ass whooped. And I could argue that everybody in there should have got on his ass and beat him down. So he was sentenced to 60 days in jail for attacking this young woman by a Pinellas County judge, who also ordered him to stay away from the restaurant and the workers he attacked in the video. You ain't got to worry about him staying away from her. Hell, I'm willing to bet he really ain't going back to that McDonald's because he don't want no more of that smoke. So Taylor has already served 58 days in jail, and he must also pay a $1,000 fine. Now, quite honestly, I think he got off too lightly, considering the fact that he not only attacked her, but he also kicked another employee in the stomach as he was being hauled out of the store. So, again, he deserved the ass whooping he got. I wish he would have got that motherfucker supersized, because he was a piece of shit for doing what he did. This week in sports starts me off in the NFL, and on a bit of a sad note, because now I am facing the end of my favorite show, Gridiron Divas, starring Antonio Brown and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, over the weekend, the Raiders traded for Antonio Brown by giving up a 3rd and a 5th round pick. They also gave Antonio Brown a new contract in a deal worth reportedly $54 million over 3 years. Now, that brother is winning, and let me tell you why. So, he was still slated to get $38 million from the Steelers, but none of it was guaranteed. With this new deal, he gets $30 million guaranteed plus a $3 million a year raise. Now, what's significant about all this is he did it his way, not their way, his way. He told them what he wasn't gonna do, where he wasn't gonna do it, and made them trade him and still got paid. That cat is the finesse god. But he still looks like the love child between Hulk Hogan and Coolio. Hopefully he'll get that fixed too. Elsewhere in the NFL, New England Patriot owner and billionaire booty Barrett, Robert Soldier Slim Kraft,
I pay for it, I pay for it, I pay for it, I pay for it. If I want it, if I want it, if I want it, if I want it.
Story has taken another turn. Now, we all know that he pled not guilty to his 2 charges that he's facing from the state of Florida. He also opted to have a trial in front of a judge instead of in front of a jury. Now, he did all of this while assembling a super dream team of lawyers to help him fight his case. But nah, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is rumors have been circulating these last couple of days that his alleged tryst with these women took a freaky deaky turn and may have involved some type of bondage. Now, when confronted with this in a recent press conference, Robert Kraft had this to say. Robert. Hey, this is Howard Brosell from Black with No Chaser Sports. What is your take on the rumors circulating that you had some type of bondage situation going on with those 2 women you allegedly got caught with?
Somebody sent me something on my phone and it said that I hog-tied her. I don't know how to hog-tie people. What would I hog-tie?
Now, I don't know how true it is, but as always, I'll keep you guys up to date as more information comes forward. Over in the NBA, after 8 straight years of going to the NBA Finals, LeBron James's reign is finally over. It's over. And strangely, the Laker fans seem to be happy as hell about it. Well, some of them anyways, which I don't understand that at all. Listen, LA Laker fans, I am very perplexed by the fact that some of you guys have cheered this man's downfall while simultaneously claiming to be fans of the Lakers. Now, I get not liking a person and all of that, but come on now. What type of fanhood do you have when you cheer for the man who's leading your team to fail? I don't understand that shit. Now, y'all got some unreal expectations, seriously. And it makes no sense to me, considering the fact that no team in the NBA has lost more games over the past 6 seasons than the Lakers. So I don't know what y'all on, but whatever it is, pass that shit, man, because you got to be high as hell to think y'all was going to be better than what y'all actually were. Stop it. Now, also in the Lakers, you got 2 players who decided to say, fuck it, we ain't going to the playoffs, I'm sitting out the rest of the year. Lonzo Ball is out for the rest of the year. So is Brandon Ingram. Now, they suffer from whatever illness they supposedly have. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not a Lakers fan. I suffer in silence over in New York. But listen, Laker fans, pull your shit together. Y'all are absolutely ridiculous. Elsewhere in the NBA, the man of a few words and the foolish laugh, Kawhi Leonard, debuted his new kicks from New Balance this week. And all I have to say is, what are those? Listen, I for one am very excited and very happy that you had the power to choose who represented you and got paid very well for doing it. I get it, but I cannot rock with those Mall Walker 4s that you just put out. Now, there are a list of shoes I would rather wear than those shoes. I would rather wear the Big Baller Brand shoes, even though the chances of me receiving my order after paying for them is slim to none because his business model is just terrible. I would rather wear those platform shoes with the fish in the heels that Huggy Bear had on that I'm gonna get you sucker right after he got out of jail. Man, I would rather wear those Air Usher Board 8s that Monica had on in that Before You Walk Out of My Life video.
Goddamn right.
Again, congrats on the deal, but I just can't do it. But I'll buy a shirt or something because I support my folks. This week's episode is in honor of all women in sports as we celebrate Women's History Month. I want to say thank you and we love you to all the women who have contributed, who have sacrificed, who have given up so much in pursuit of their goals and dreams in the world of sports. We know it hadn't always been fair, but you have done your part just like you have done in the rest of society. So with that being said, thank you. We love and we honor you, especially you, Serena, because you the GOAT. And with that, I will see you guys next week. We've reached the end of another episode of the Shade and Shit Talking podcast. As always, I thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. The support, the likes, the shares, the follows, the stories you send, all of it. I really and truly appreciate it, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Again, this is Women's History Month, and all month we will be celebrating the efforts, the love, just everything, celebrating black women, period. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So if you have any interesting stories or interesting people that I can connect with to bring them, bring light on what they're doing, please let me know. I am all for it. If I don't have time, I'll make time to do it. That's just how serious I am about it. Also, be on the lookout. Like I mentioned earlier, we will be coming out with a series of info, financial literacy. We will be discussing the big business of being poor and how it affects the community in ways that we can combat this. We will also be offering information geared towards financial literacy. We have professionals on deck offering professional advice, so it will be pretty pretty heavy content and pretty helpful content, so be on the lookout for that. Also, be on the lookout for a mental health moment with Dr. Calibra Jenkins coming to every Black with No Chaser platform, where she will come in with a weekly service of discussing some form of mental despair and ways to fight it, ways to help it, tips and all types of stuff to better the mental health of our community. It's something that's a taboo subject we don't talk a lot about, but it's starting to change, and we want to be at the forefront of that movement of change towards a stronger, healthier mental health for our people. So be sure to look out for that. Again, mental health moment with Dr. Calibra Jenkins. I want to take this moment to say thank you to all the fellas who dropped those voicemails and dropped those audio thoughts and feelings about women. Any other person want to drop some more, I'll be doing them all month. So hit me up, bang my line, as they say. You can email it to me. You can post it, on Facebook. You can hit my inbox, my Black with No Chaser is Tyrus, Tyrus at Black with No Chaser. Like, put it out there, and I'm gonna put it out there, basically, to show these women how much we love, cherish, and respect them. So hit me up, fellas. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to my boy CJ Tyson, my little bro Carlton Wide, my boy at the Unapologetic Geek, Mr. Jarius Thomas, my boy Kier, my boy Josh, all of those fellas who hit me up to show their love and appreciation. Thank you. And to all the women listening, thank you, thank you, thank you. In the words of Tupac, you are appreciated. And with that being said, I will see you guys next week.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.